Now what is going on, guys? This is AllEliteRuby for Wolfpack Productions, and welcome to a new series we call TurboTown. This is where we're going to take a look at some of the games for the TurboGraphix 16, so settle back, have a drink, and welcome to TurboTown. As today it's Blazing Lasers, as you saw by the title screen. This is one of the Turbo games that everybody seems to talk a lot about. It is a shoot 'em up, but you know, that's not a bad thing. 2 is your special weapon. 1 is going to be your... 1 will be... Actually, let me think here. B is button 1 if you're on a Genesis controller like me. And C will be button 2 with A doing nothing. Button 1 if you're on the TurboGraphix is the fire button. And button 2 is what you use for your special weapon. Which you cannot get through the game without it. Trust me on that. This game is incredibly difficult for a shoot 'em up. Notice how much I've already died, see? So, shows you how hard this game really is. It only took me a minute and 15 seconds to die, and of course the start button is the run button. You get 4 continues. And it starts off quick, but I like the fact that it'll slow down for you. You want to get all the orbs and all the power-ups you can get, because you're going to need them later. In fact, you probably will need them immediately. Different power-ups, of course, will do different things for you. Comparable to Operation Varth from the Capcom collection. Capcom Arcade Classics collection, or whatever that is. Whatever it was called on the Xbox. This becomes a bullet hell shooter almost immediately, though, if you don't have the right weapon. It becomes a bullet hell shooter anyway. But graphically, this is easily one of the best games on the console. And it's also one of the best games on the console anyway. But, once you get the hang of the game, it's going to be a really easy one to pick up and play. Musically, this game is pretty good, actually. It's got some really good shooter music. But I kind of wish we had some more spacey kind of music instead of what sounds like rockish music. And I planned for this to be weekly, but it might not always happen that way, so just be aware of that. And while we're taking care of business here, Twisted Metal Tuesday has been moved to being a regular recurring series, not a weekly. It'll be done whenever I actually want to do it. But anyway, I actually do suggest going out and getting this game. I think it's one of few S-tier games on this console, meaning it's one of the superb classic, one of the bona fide classic games on this console. Now, taking care of some more business, if you ended up liking this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and also check out the channels of the other members of Wolfpack Productions. We've got Desert Aztec Productions, and we've got JGB Creations, and of course Charm City Gamer. All of which have their links in the description. If not, I'll put them there. And also follow me, Charm City Gamer, and JGB Creations on Twitter. I'll have those links in the description. I didn't mention Desert Aztec there because he doesn't use Twitter a whole lot, so... We have 1 continue to go, I believe. No, it's 1 life to go, then we'll get another we'll use up another continue, but... I suggest actually going out and picking up a TurboGraphix just for this game. I mean, there'll be several that I suggest like that, but this is definitely one that everybody should have. Now, the pink orbs, like I said earlier, are going to be your power-ups. As are anything else you can pick up. Again, comparable to Operation Varth, I believe the name is, on the Capcom Arcade Stadium collection. There we go. We'll get it, and we'll take a look at that a little later on. It's going to be on Xbox, PlayStation 4. I believe Switch has a copy, and as does Steam. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that. I think 100,000 points might actually get you another life. I wonder if... Yep. Sounds like that's another life. So every 100,000 points you get a life. That's a staple of shoot-'em-ups. This is along the lines of R-Type, actually. I had to stop comparing this to Operation Varth. It's an entirely different kind of shooter game. This one reminds me of a Life Force or an R-Type. Your generic 90... You're a 90s space shooter. I'm not about to say generic because this is far from being generic, and as are those games. Watch out for everything they're shooting, because once something hits you, it's a one-hit death and that's it. Which is one problem I think I have with this game, I know that, but other than that, not many issues I have with this one. It's a pretty challenging game, actually. This is our last life, and then we'll get another continue in there. But I believe I've actually said all I need to say about Blazing Lasers. It's a really great shooter game for the console that speaks for itself. And we'll find a couple of games like that on this trip through TurboTown here. The numbered power-ups give you different weapons, as do the other power-ups you can get. And we missed that orb, but it's alright. We're coming on the bosses straight away here. It's boss time! Yeah, I said it. Anyway, we're not going to use all of our continues, because like I said, I've said everything I need to say. And and guys, thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you next week for another trip through TurboTown. Bye, everyone.